today's video, I'm gonna walk you through step-by-step how to add products to your Shopify store. When I first started my store, I made a lot of mistakes that cost me time, money, and just added stress. My goal in this video is to highlight all the things that I did wrong so you can add products to your store the right way. So let's hop over to Shopify right now. If you haven't already signed up for Shopify, I do have a free trial link in the description down below. This is gonna allow you to sign up for Shopify 100% for free, so I definitely recommend that you check it out. Okay, so when you first log into your Shopify store, this is the homepage that you're going to see. And I'm gonna walk you step by step how to add products. So all you're gonna wanna do is go to products, boom. Now on mine, you're gonna see a bunch of products because this is a live Shopify store, but for yours, you're not gonna see anything here just yet, but don't worry, okay? What you're gonna do is hit the top right button up here that says add product, and you're gonna select that. Okay, so boom. This is your add product page, and I'm gonna walk through all of these step by step so you know exactly what to do, okay? But first, I'm gonna cover your title and description, and honestly, this is one of the most important things that you really wanna spend a lot of time on, okay? Now, when it comes to your title, you really want it to be short and sweet, but it should be specific to what your product actually is, but also somewhat enticing to the person that is going to buy this product. So again, you do want to have a level of intentionality, but don't spend all day here, okay? You just want to title your product using some type of adjective. So for me, a lot of the times I have a clothing brand, so I normally just put the title of, what I think the shirt is saying, and then put unisex t-shirt to let people know that men and women can wear this shirt, okay? Now for your product, you may need to add more details, right, to get somebody to understand what the product is, but you do want to keep it as short and concise and to the point as possible, okay? So for example, I'm just gonna write fear no one unisex t-shirt. Keeping it simple. Now, when it comes to writing product descriptions, there are a lot of different ways that you can write them, but overall, there's really about 4 things that I recommend that you think about and make sure that you include in your product descriptions, okay? Number 1 is, what is the basic features of your product, okay? What are the materials used, sizing, weight, etc., okay? Just very basic features, all right? So the second thing that you definitely want to think about is the ideal use cases. You want to make sure that you somewhat explain why somebody should be using this product and what scenarios this product is used for. The third thing that you want to think about is what makes this product so special. Like, what are the unique value propositions of your product? Like, what makes your product better than your competitors? So the fourth thing you want to think about is the overall brand voice. Like, how do you want your brand to come across to your customer? Are you trying to be serious? Are you trying to be funny? Like, what type of brand are you? And are you conveying that messaging through your product description? Now, I know this may seem like a lot, but trust me when I say spending time crafting a good product description is very, very important, and it's gonna help increase your conversion rates. So I recommend check out your competitors within your niche so you understand how your competitors are describing their products and figure out how you can convey how your product is different or better in your product descriptions as well. Now, for the sake of time, I put in Liquid Death Mountain Water's product description because I think they do a very good job at highlighting the benefits of their product, but also letting you know the features that it has, plus their brand voice, okay? And so this gives you a good example of how they use their brand voice and how it comes across in their products, but also talking about the benefits and features of their product. Now, this is very simple, concise, and straight to the point. So this is a very good product description that you might want to model your product after. But again, I would check out a variety of different brands within your niche, but I think this is a very good example of just being straight to the point, short and concise. Okay, so now that you added your title and description, you're now ready to upload your photos or videos of your product to your Shopify store, okay? And so now I'm gonna walk you through that step by step. So the first thing that you wanna do is to select your media. All right, so I'm gonna select these 3 shirts just for example. Now you do wanna make sure that the file sizes that you upload to your Shopify store aren't super big. A good rule of thumb is to make sure that they're under 1 megabyte. If you can get those under that, that's even better, okay? And there's a lot of websites that you can use to compress your files, but you definitely want to make them small, okay? Because the bigger the files, the slower your Shopify store is going to run. And if your Shopify store is running slow, it's going to cause you to lose customers, and Google is going to knock you down in Google search rankings, which means you're not going to get as much traffic to your store. So that is one simple thing that you can go ahead and do up front. Because I made the mistake of uploading super large files, and then I had to go through and like compress all these files after the fact. So you can imagine how much of a headache and time that takes. So you want to go ahead and do that before you even upload it to your site, okay? Once it's done uploading, all you have to do is select save. Once it is saved, for some reason it's not showing up right here, but once you select save, click save. And then once it's fully uploaded to your site, you want to go down here and select edit, okay? Now, the reason why you want to select edit and add alt text is because this is really for SEO purposes, which is just search engine optimization. Google is smart, okay? But it's not that smart. They don't know, Google doesn't know what this really is. And so by adding the alt text to this image, it tells Google what it is, okay? And so when people are searching on Google and this image pops up, whoever searches for these keywords that you're about to put into this alt text, it's gonna help Google know what it is and then put this in front of your ideal customer. So you definitely wanna do this for every single image on your Shopify store, okay? So for example, this is a white Christian unisex t-shirt. Boom. You know, I could put with green letterings too, but y'all get the idea. You want to do this for every image on your site because this is definitely going to help you get more traffic to your Shopify store, which is more money. Again, I didn't do this when I first did my products, and then I had to go back and do it. And so go ahead and do it when you first upload your products so it's not a headache, okay? Now, if you do want to switch around which image shows up first, all you have to do is just drag and drop. It's really, really easy, okay? Okay, so now we're ready to price our product. So let's just say you want to sell a $50 t-shirt. All you have to do is put 50. Now, if you want to know how you do the strike through pricing to where it shows like it used to be this price, but now it's this price. So for example, if you want to sell a $50 t-shirt, but show that it used to be 75, you just put 75 right here. And so that's gonna show up on your page that it used to be $75, but now it's 50, okay? And I do recommend that you charge tax for your product. Typically how Shopify works, like for me, my business is based in Florida, so there's sales tax for Florida, okay? You definitely wanna do that because if not, it's gonna be super headaches come tax time and you don't want that, okay? And speaking of tax, you do wanna put in your product category here. 9 times out of 10, your product category or your product is gonna fall within this category. So for example, I sell t-shirts. So all you have to do is find clothing or apparel and then boom, clothing, bam. And then it's already gonna adjust the tax rate for clothing. Super simple, okay? And then if you want to put in your cost per item so you know your margins, I recommend doing this because this helps you, understand how much profit you're making from each sale. So let's just say you're charging $50 for your shirt, right? But it only costs you $10 or $10 to make, then it shows you, okay, you're gonna make $40 worth of profit for every shirt. Your margin is 80%, okay? Super simple and to the point, okay? Now for this video, I'm not gonna get into international pricing. That's a little bit complex. Most people don't need to worry about that, but this is how you set your prices for your Shopify store for your product, okay? Okay, so now let's discuss your inventory, okay? So this is where you can add your SKUs for your product or your barcode. Now, if you're doing your own fulfillment, you could honestly leave this blank, but if you are using some type of fulfillment company for your Shopify store, they're more than likely gonna give you the SKU and barcode for it. So this is not something that you really wanna worry about. What I would recommend that you definitely think about is making sure that you add the availability of your product. So if you know that you have like 10 items on hand, you want to make sure that you select that. So when you do get sales, it'll automatically deduct what you have on hand so you don't oversell something, okay? So this is really the most important part of your inventory tracking. But again, if you do have some type of fulfillment company, or if you just want to be super organized based on SKUs, once you add like, 100 products or something like that, then you can, create your own SKU or barcode system. But if you're first starting out, you don't need to worry about that, up front, okay? Okay, so now let's go over shipping. Okay, now obviously if you're not selling a physical product, then you don't need to worry about shipping. However, if you are shipping a physical product, you do want to make sure that you put in the weight of your product, okay? Now for me, I sell shirts, right? So I already know the blank sizes. So typically, wherever I get my blanks from, they tell me the weight of the shirt and I just input it in here. So a small, depending on your shirt, can be 6 or 7 ounces. And then I just make each size go up by 1 ounce, okay? That's a good rule of thumb for t-shirts. But if you're selling a product that is the same no matter what, then you want to make sure that you just weigh that product and just put it in here. So for example, if you have an item that weighs, 8 ounces, boom, you put it in here. And then when we get to actually shipping your product, it's going to automatically calculate this product weight plus your packaging weight to get you your exact cost of your shipping, okay? Now, again, I made a mistake to not put this in here. This is a headache to do after the fact. So I recommend just go ahead and putting in the weight of your product so you don't have to worry about calculating shipping every single time that you have to ship your product, okay? Now, if you do want to ship products internationally, you do want to put in your country origin. So for me, it's United States. And so you're going to want to select that. And then you do want to put in your HS code, okay? And all this is just describes what your product actually is. So for me, I sell t-shirts. So if you type in t-shirt, it's going to give you, typically it'll give you what you need. I'll type in clothing, and then you can search through these clothes to figure out what makes sense for your particular product, okay? And that's it. And then you just select it, and then boom, that's the code for your product to ship internationally, okay? Very simple. Okay, so now I'm gonna walk you through how to add variants, and this is very easy to do. Now, this is definitely more popular for clothing brands or people that sell variations of one particular product, right? Different colors and stuff like that. But if you only sell one product, then you really don't need to worry about this. But again, if you sell different colors or different sizes and stuff like that, this is how you actually add it to your product page. So I'm gonna walk you through that right now. So for example, if you sell different sizes, small, medium, large, this is how you put that in. So just do small. Then let's just say you sell medium, and then you have large. Boom. And you're gonna hit done, okay? And then you can add different product images for both the small version, the medium version, and the large version, okay? Now let's just say you sell different colors. We'll do black, and then white. So now you'll have the different variants here. Black, white, black, white, black, white, okay? And so what you're gonna wanna do is hit save. So this saves this. Okay, now what I like to do is then go in and add the images, okay? So let's just say for this one, this is the black image, boom. And then you wanna add the white image, boom. Okay, then it shows the two different variants. And then you go in, add black, and then you wanna switch this out for white. Then do the same thing for this one. You get the picture, okay? You hit saved. Okay, now the easiest way to change all this stuff is to do bulk edit. So you wanna select bulk edit. And then this is gonna walk you through all the variants and all the columns that you need, okay? So you can do your cost per item, you can do your weight in here, you can do your HSS codes, like all that type of stuff, okay? So as you can see here, you can adjust the weight of each product, you can put in the SKU of each product, and you can do the cost per item of each product. And you can show the inventory, right? So let's just say you have 10 small blacks, but you only have 5 small whites, but then you have 7 medium blacks and 7, medium whites, but then you have 12 larges, right? And then 14 white larges, right? You can change all your availability within here of your products. You can do it all at once. And then let's just say, the small shirts weigh, 8 ounces, but then the medium shirts are 10 ounces, and then the larges are 12, right? And boom. And then if you need to change your cost per item, you can change it here. So all this stuff is in there, okay? And then again, you can just adjust all your columns, but this is what I like to do to edit all the variants all in one screen. So it's super, super easy. Then click save, and then you are done. Okay, so now I'm gonna walk you through the search engine listing. The same as before, you wanna make sure that you're very intentional about your page title. Now, if you are intentional up top, right, then you can literally just use the same page title, that's fine. But if you think there's an even better page title that you can use that's a little bit more targeted to your ideal customer, I do recommend that you use it here. Same thing with your meta description. You want to keep this short and concise, but you definitely want to use keywords and phrases that your ideal customer will be looking for on Google. I always use ChatGPT to write these descriptions, right? All I do is say, hey, this is my product description, write a SEO description of blank product, okay? And they're gonna give you the best SEO description for the product. All you gotta do is write it, and just give it a, 320 character limit and just copy and paste it here, right? And then you may wanna do some tweaks, but most of the time it's good enough to get you started. And then your URL handle will be the same as your page title, right? And then boom, you are good to go. So you don't really need to spend a whole lot of time here, especially if you spent a good amount of time in your description and page title. Originally, you may want to just do some tweaks for search engine optimization purposes, okay? So the very last thing that you want to do is to input your product type. Now you can keep this blank, not a big deal. It's really for your own organization. For me, I might put t-shirt or something like that. But for your brand, it could really depend. So it's really for you, for your organizational purposes. And then here you can put your collection. So for me, again, I have different type of collections for hoodies, sweaters, t-shirts. So this would fall under t-shirts. So I would select that, and then tags. So depending on how people are searching on your website, you just want to put tags that are associated to the actual product. So if you sell multiple products, you just want to put in, I always put in the actual product it is, or what people could be searching for. So what I would recommend doing is running a report and see what people search for on your website. So if you notice that people search shorts or t-shirts, or insert whatever your product name is, or adjectives. A lot of times I like to put tags in here so people can just find that product that they're searching for easier. Okay, so let's just say someone searches on your website for fishing gear. You can type in fishing gear in the tags, and so that product will pop up on your store if anybody searches fishing gear on your website. Okay, so these are very, very easy and useful to help people identify your products 10 times easier. Okay, and then for here, you can manage your sales channel. So let's just say you don't want this product to show up on, let's just say, your Facebook and Instagram, or Google and YouTube, stuff like that. Or you don't want to sell this product internationally. You can always manage your sales channels and then remove it from these channels. Okay, now if you've been trying to figure out how to actually market your Shopify store after you add your products, I recommend that you check out this video right here, because this is going to give you the 5 best ways to market your Shopify store this year.